I felt like we developed a really good chemistry, offensively and defensively. We practiced well together. After the first couple of days, weren't a lot of fights, weren't a lot of guys on the ground. Guys were learning how to practice, taking care of each other, and felt like we really came together as a team, so that was encouraging.
Can you give us some insight into how Gibbs feels about the defense?
I'm not sure. As you know, he keeps everything pretty close to the vest. I know how I feel about it, but he tends to downplay things, and I think it'll be a group that understands his schemes better. I think it'll be a group that will play hard, and I think we'll be more physical up front due to some of the size that we've picked up, and so that's exciting. We'll find out what we got Saturday, but I do think we all feel like it'll be an improved group.
Where have you seen the most improvement in that group on defense?
I think the numbers in the defensive line. Last year we asked some of those guys to play 70, 80 snaps a game, which wasn't fair to them and wasn't great for our defense. And now we'll be able to roll some numbers through there and keep guys fresh, and hopefully that'll help them be more effective.
What's to say about Luke Stice, that he just gets here and he's really team captain?
Yeah, like I said all along, just the intensity he's brought, the leadership, max effort every single rep of everything he does, and so it didn't surprise me. Those guys have, they've fallen in love with the kid, what he's about, what he stands for, how he works, and so just a testament to how he was raised and the type of character he has.
Was that a team vote, or how was the captain's determined?
Yes, it's a team vote.
Cliff, what do you remember most of the buzz in the air just around the season opener, going out there playing the first game of the season?
Just a lot of excitement. Every year you start over, everybody starts over 0-0, and so there's great expectations, and this year's no different. I think our team feels like they've really come together and have grown together and have a chance to have a pretty good football team.
No, Justin missed some time about a week ago. Is he 100% good to go? I know you got him listed first on the depth chart, but any bumps or bruises with him?
No, he's good. It was, like I said, more precautionary deal. We just wanted to get him to game week, so he'll be fresh and healthy and really fast and explosive, and that's what we want to see from him on Saturday.
You feel like the offensive line at this point is still a work in progress? I know a couple weeks ago Terrence was at left tackle. It looks like maybe Balin was moved back there and Paul was at center, and it looks like Tony might have made up some ground. Where does that just kind of stand, I guess, at this point?
Yeah, I think it's a solid group. I think it just shows that we have a couple bodies we can slide in there and not skip a beat. So excited about that group, bigger, stronger, more athletic than we've been, and just have to get some experience.
Speaking of Cliff, can you speak about SFA's defense? I've probably got a couple ends that'll probably be a good test for you guys.
Yeah, both guys were very productive last year for them, and they had a good defense last year. I think personnel-wise, they're one of the better defenses in that level, and made a bunch of plays. We'll have a bunch of confidence. I think they have 8 starters back, so it'll be a good test for all of us to get out there and see where we're at as an offense.
Cliff, your depth chart here showing Balin was starting left tackle, Jack Rifle starting left guard, and Terrence back on at right tackle. Is that all accurate, or?
We'll have to check it out Saturday, Don, and see how it rolls out there. But as of today, that's how it's listed.
Coach, what do you hope bringing Manny Ramirez onto the staff can help your team with?
Everything, really. I think we have him in that player development role. His story, the way he's grown as a man since I first met him as a freshman, and what he's accomplished in his life, and he's a big-time Christian and treats people the right way. Just I can't imagine a better role model for our players to be around and be able to connect with on a daily basis than Manny Ramirez. And so that was first and foremost our thought, and obviously he has great football knowledge, but to begin with, that's going to be the capacity he'll be in.
How did that come about, and how long have you talked about a position for him?
Not too long. I knew he was trying to figure out what he wanted to do next, and he wants to coach, and we felt like this was a great way for him to get his foot in the door and help us and help him. And Coach Jones had the role last year and obviously progressed into a position coach, and so I think Manny is is excited about this opportunity.
Just to clarify, that rule doesn't allow any on-field
Right.
coaching, does it?
Right. No on-field coaching.
Coach, with regard to your receiver group, all of them have an "or" by them. Is this based on how well they play in practice this week? Is that kind of the incentive for each one of those guys?
It is. We've taken the approach it's day to day at that position. We feel like we have such good depth that if you want to come out and show up late or not bring it one day, then you'll probably be the backup the next. And that's what we've been striving for at every position. And we feel like we've established that at wideout. So it's literally day to day. Who practices the best is going to go out there the next day and be the starter.
In a game like this, you mentioned the depth there. Would you like to get players more work? Ideally, how many carries does like a Justin Stockton get before you try to get the younger guys? Because you mentioned on the conference call kind of wishing you might have gotten Justin more reps last year.
Yeah, whatever it takes for us to win the game, really. I don't set a number. I just know that he's a dynamic talent, and I think you see the type of explosive plays he's had so far since he's been here, but the touches have been less than what they should have because he had a great player in front of him. But he's going to get a bunch of touches, and we're going to get him the ball as much as he can handle it now.
Can you talk about Devin Lauderdale and where he's come from last December around the bowl time to right now?
It's night and day. The young man I've seen through this summer and through training camp is a different young man than what we saw previously. And I think he got a taste of the real world, and he knew what he had lost and didn't ever want to feel that again. And so he's been focused, he's been locked down, he's been early to everything, he's been working harder than he's ever worked. So he's had his best camp by far, and it's been fun to see. It's been good for those young wide receivers to see the way he's worked, the way he approaches every practice, and I'm very proud of him.
How comfortable are you with all the, and I know this is not a surprise, obviously, but all the true freshmen that you're going to be playing at linebacker?
Yeah, we're excited. I think you look at their size, their athleticism, experience. I mean, there's no substitute for experience, but they are big enough, they're strong enough, they're physical enough to play. Now it's just about getting them reps and getting them ready to go. But I'm just excited to watch them play. I've seen them in practice. They've done a good job there, and so now when the lights come on, we'll see how they react. But it's been good so far.
Cliff, when you try to look at the progress your team may have been able to make over the spring and summer with penalties and cutting those down, is there, first of all, do you sense that they will be able to be better at that this year? And what do you look for during practice to kind of measure that? I know it's tough, but not a game situation all the time.
Yeah, I think it's more overall perspective from discipline as a team, doing everything right on and off the field. And if that's any indication, this is a good group. And I thought we made huge strides last year in those areas. And if we can make that same step, it'll really help our chances.
Doesn't have any night games last year, is well documented. Now you have every home game. Is that something you guys pay attention to much or not? It doesn't really.
No, I think our fan base, I know, likes the night games, and so it's great for them and gives them time to enjoy the entire day. And then when you get out there, there's something special about being in that stadium at night. So I know our players are excited, and I'm excited, and should make for some fun home games.
You cross paths with Gary Croton or know him very well? Or?
I do not. I remember him as a play caller, but I don't have any association with him.
Anything in particular? Or what do you expect from his offense?
He'll be very multiple. Does great stuff at every level he's been at offensively. So they'll have some great things schematically that we haven't seen, I'm sure, after having all summer to be prepared for. So we'll have to be great in our responsibilities on defense.
Cliff, this has kind of been labeled the greatest college football weekends, just with all the different matchups, non-conference. Obviously, you guys have a big one coming up in a couple weeks, but how do you just feel like the playoff has changed the philosophy of scheduling, and do you feel like it benefits college football overall?
I do. I think everybody's going to at least play one of those big-time matchups every year now, and that's great for the fans. It's great for the sport. Wasn't always like that in the past, and interest probably didn't pick up till later on, and now you're starting from week 1 on that you have these big-time matchups. So I think it's great for the game.
There's another question about your young linebackers. Obviously, Jonathan McConney was here in the spring, and you spoke well with him. What did Jordan do to move in front of him?
Yeah, I think he's just, you know, John played more of an end type position there in high school, and so still learning the position of linebacker, where Jordan has been a linebacker his entire life. So I think just some of the instinctive things that he does naturally, he was able to pick up on quickly and slide in there.
Two more.
Coach, do you like playing a team that's not in the Power 5 to kind of get things going, to get an assessment of your team and kind of get the rust knocked off and get yourself out to potentially a good start?
I think you kind of just play whoever they put in front of you, you know. I like the way our schedule sets up. I think Stephen F. Austin is a talented team with a bunch of returners, and so it's a good test early at home to see where we're at.
After playing Arkansas the last couple of years in non-conference, then Arizona State coming up quickly, does that change anything to do urgency-wise when you have a Power 5 team on the schedule early in the year?
I don't think so. I think you look at, I mean, across the country playing the 1AA teams, they're quality opponents. In the last couple of years, they scored a bunch of points on us. So we approach game 1, throw everything into that, and then we worry about the next game after that.